What's up, guys? One of the biggest non-secrets in hip-hop has now come out with our top story. NESS has admitted for ghostwriting for BENZINO. Now, what does that mean? What it means is that NESS has said he wrote for BENZINO. Now, is it one of the biggest secrets? No. Is it something that was a mystery for a while? Yeah, because everybody swore up and down it was Cassidy. But thanks to Henny Blogs, one of the battle rapper hip-hop bloggers out there who got the scoop today that Henny Blogs have now interviewed NESS and has been confirmed that NESS has wrote for BENZINO. So without further ado, it's your boy LaCane and we're Face Famous. We about to get on in this. Now, we're going to see what NESS got to say about him ghostwriting for BENZINO. Check it out, the top story for the day. With everybody wanting to know, was it true? Let's see what he got to say.
D out again, man. D out of here, man. Put it on your YouTube.
Shout out to the trap.
All right, now those who don't know, this is NESS. NESS was the ghostwriter. He was the guy in the red hat that was in that little viral clip going around as far as who is ghostwriting for BENZINO going against Eminem. Now, he was the guy in the red hat in the studio that everybody said that Ghost wrote, that it was confirmed, right? But nobody heard from him since then until now. Now, the only thing about it, people swore it down, it was Cassidy. Cassidy did deny it on several occasions that he was at the studio, but he was asked to leave when BENZINO and his boys showed up at the studio and Cassidy left, and then that happened. Now let's hear what NESS got to say about what happened in that studio session.
We all back lit. You know what I mean? We got an OG in the gang, somebody who don't get the credit he deserves. Go ahead, introduce yourself, bro.
Hey man,
let them know.
D out of Henny, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got the streets.
Yeah.
All right, so I apologize for the volume is low, but I'm gonna try to turn this up as much as I can so y'all can hear what he got to say.
Yeah.
There we go. This should be better.
We in here, we out here. All the shit that the quintessential rappers be saying and shit.
Mm-hmm. No, okay, so let's get straight into it because anybody who don't know, or I don't know how far this might go, this interview, first and foremost, very talented battle rapper, been around since the old somethings, not the, you know what I mean?
Since the 90s something.
Since the 90s, ooh, the 90s, 90 somethings, you know what I mean?
So as you can see, NESS been around for a while. Like you say, he's been around for the 90s, since the 90s. And so this man is deep into the game with battle rapping. He rapped, he battle rapped and everything. So let's continue.
But I walked up on him, I asked him about his recent work and why I ain't seen him a lot. And then it struck me. This is the guy who they said wrote the BENZINO diss for Eminem. This is the guy that they had the video floating around with him. Yes, man. And then wrote the Eminem diss.
It's really out there. It's really out there. First off, fuck the nigga that shipped the footage to the Cliff Beats.
Okay.
Now, when he said F the person who sat there and sent the footage to Cliff Beats, what happened was Cliff Beats, if you don't know, check out his YouTube page, Cliff Beats reaction videos, music and the such, and Cliff Beats got his hands on that footage and he played it. He was told not to tell who it was, but he deduced that oh shoot, can't even think of his name right now. NESS, sorry about that. But he deduced that NESS is the one that was in the red hat in the video. So those who didn't see the video, go check it out. You'll see the studio session. Go to Cliff Beats channel. But Cliff Beats deduced that Cliff Beats actually is a music producer, so he has contacts in the music industry. So when he got that, he deduced who it was. Now, with all that being said, it kind of went around, spread like wildfire. Other reactors got a hold of it. We talked about it. Now, the person who leaked it to him, like NESS is saying, F that person, because in a studio session, when you guys are trying to figure out who is leaking your stuff, when you're in a studio session and you say no phones, no cameras, none of that, you gotta mean it. So quit having that stuff in there, because otherwise this is how stuff gets leaked out. Songs, recordings of who's in there and what they're working on, little snippets, stuff like that. But go ahead. Let's replay it again. Replay that again.
First off, fuck the nigga that shipped the footage to
Over
Cliff Beats.
Okay.
That shit kind of goofy. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to do something that was historic. To write the. I felt like I could accomplish writing the greatest diss song towards Eminem. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So you hear what he said. He wanted to do something that historic. He wanted to be the one that write the greatest diss track towards Eminem. Unfortunately, it was wasted because it went to BENZINO. BENZINO got it. I don't think it was the greatest diss track towards Eminem. You could say maybe Rap Devil by MGK was the greatest diss towards Eminem. That don't mean he won, but the greatest towards Eminem of all the disses I've heard, MGK's Rap Devil was the best. It was better than what BENZINO was spitting. But I ain't gonna disrespect NESS pen. It's just, to me, the wrong person got a hold of it. So that's how I look at it. Let's go.
Yo, but how did that come about? You like, how did that? First and foremost, it was crazy. The lyrics was crazy, and I should have assumed it came from somebody in this battle rap culture. But how did you end up writing this diss for BENZINO?
I mean, I'm that guy, man.
Yeah.
If you want pen, you come to me. You know, that
Okay.
pretty much is what it is.
Okay.
If you want to win around against somebody like Eminem, you want to get close, or whatever the case may be, you know when you come to.
Yeah. He said, if you want to.
Now you hear what he said. If you want to win a round against Eminem, he's the guy to go to, or if you want to get close to doing it. So he's saying, hey, you try and get at him, you try and get at him, he's that guy. He's the one you want to go to. So he's saying, it's almost like saying, I could get you a round. I can't beat him, but I could get you a round to take out Eminem. Or I could get you close to it. I guess it depends on the rapper's delivery, how he puts it out there, how he wants to do it, how he wants to take down M. It ain't no easy feat. It ain't no small task. You going against a Goliath. So, what else you got to say, Ness?
You know,
what else?
You want to get close, or whatever the case may be. You know when you come to.
Yeah. He said, if you want to win a round against Eminem, I mean, that's hard. That's because it did happen. It did happen, yo. So what you think about like that?
That's debatable. I don't know about it did happen. It depends who's listening, whose side you want to be on.
Aftermath of that situation, though. No pun intended.
Honestly, man, I'm not really a fan of everything that's been going on. First and foremost, I did not have anything to do with the first one.
Okay.
Okay, you hear what he said. He didn't have nothing to do with that first one. That first diss that BENZINO put out, the one before Rap Devil. Not Rap Devil. Oh my God, Rap Elvis. The one that BENZINO put out before Rap Elvis. That diss, I can't even think of the name of it. But Nestle is saying he didn't have nothing to do with that one. Because remember, that's the one where BENZINO dissed Proof. And if you don't know who Proof is, he was part of D12, could have been part of D12, but he passed away tragically. And that was Eminem's best friend. That was his road dog. That was his dude. So what Nestle is saying, I had nothing to do with that, because that controversial line that BENZINO said was in there.
Honestly, man, I'm not really a fan of everything that's been going on. First and foremost, I did not have anything to do with the first one.
Okay.
They dropped Proof name like that. Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. One, it wasn't good enough to be from my pen. Two, I would never disrespect my big.
Man, he said it wasn't even good enough for his pen. That diss BENZINO that he's saying is trash. It wasn't even good enough for my pen. I wouldn't even wrote nothing like that. It wasn't even good enough.
They dropped Proof name like that. Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. One, it wasn't good enough to be from my pen. Two, I would never disrespect my big brother Proof.
Yeah.
He was eventually going to sign me back in 03.
Okay.
You know, so he was one of the first people. Actually, he was the first person to show me love in the industry, battle rap, or whatever, of that stature.
Yeah, there's too much respect there. He was going to sign him. And like he said, he was one of the first people that showed him love. So why would you disrespect your dad and disrespect somebody who showed you love and was going to put you on eventually? So there's no reason to disprove when, one, that's Eminem's boy, that was your boy, obviously, and not to mention, you know, if somebody's showing you love and he died, why would you put a diss out against him, especially going against him and you want to use against Benzino? Like you said earlier, you know, he's not a fan of what's going on between the two. And probably how ugly is getting Benzino showing up at Mount Spaghetti at Eminem's restaurant. Y'all saw that video of him disrespecting the store, taking pictures of the employees. The employees didn't even know who Benzino was. Benzino taking the sign. You never know. He could have put the sign back. Otherwise, get charged with theft or whatever. But buying the spaghetti and throwing it on the ground and things like that. Just really being stupid about it. And then Benzino comes out later on talking about he want to challenge Eminem to a rap battle. Well, that makes zero sense because it ain't gonna happen. Now, the only thing that I would say NESS may or may not have to worry about, and he did this before Eminem's album, is if Eminem know or finds out and he put out a diss against NESS or throw him a few lines at him, you know, a little slight jab in the diss, but we'll see.
Actually, he was the first person to show me love in the industry, battle rap or whatever, of that stature. So I'm talking about call me late nights, yo NESS, what your pen looking like tonight? Ask me how many multi-syllables I got of a certain phrase. He'll give me a phrase, write 2 pages of just multis for this right there.
Challenge you, that's fire.
Don't even, he gave me beat CDs. That's my big brother. I would never disrespect that man like that. That's why, and the one that I did have something to do with, the one that I did, right? I said, rest in peace to the best ones. The rest of them sound different. Rest in peace to the best ones is proof. I never really,
Now you remember that line in Rap Elvis, Benzino said that rest peace to the best one. So, if you notice then, that came from Nestle's pen. NESS wrote that. That came from his pen, not Benzino. Benzino probably hurt his feelings to even say that.
But I said, rest in peace to the best one.
But to Benzino's credit, he did say he would not disrespect Crew. He said he wouldn't do that. So that also kind of confirms too they had a ghostwriter. So let's see, let's go.
I did have something to do with the one that I did, but I said, rest in peace to the best ones. The rest of them sound different. Rest in peace to the best ones is proof. I never really was put privy to Bugs, but Proof used to tell me that he was one of the most, like innovative rappers.
Right.
So I would never disrespect like that on that level. It was never supposed to be public that it was me.
Yeah.
It was never supposed to be public.
You hear that? Never supposed to be in public. That's why he said earlier, fuck the person who gave that video clip to Cliff Beats, because the thing about it is it was supposed to come out. It was never supposed to be public. Once it became public, all of us internet rap hip-hop sleuths, detectives was all out there trying to figure out who it was. Was it Cassidy? Was it this person? Was it 5 people? Was it whatever? But like NESS was the one sitting at the desk, so everybody saw the hat and everything, and we'll get to that in the next segment of who figured that out, of who that was.
This is my first interview, and probably my only interview about it.
Exclusive.
I ain't trying to take no bag.
Exclusive.
Take no bag from it. I really just wanted to clear the air. Like, I've been getting some concerned messages from some of my brothers out of Detroit, some people who I don't know that felt some kind of way about the first track. It's like I have to tell them that I had nothing to do with that. Nothing. And it sounds crazy after the fact, especially, from some shit that's supposed to be, as quiet as I was trying to keep it.
Right.
Like, listen to that shit. That shit not good. That shit's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, it wasn't good. It wasn't even him. It wasn't. Now, look at the backlash that's happened because of this. So because of what happened with the Rap Elvis, he's getting phone calls from people from Detroit, fans, probably some fans or people within Eminem's camp. A lot of rappers from Detroit call him up like, yo, what's this about? if you wrote this one, then we know you wrote the first one. He's saying, no, I didn't write that. So if he knows, he has to explain away that first diss. Like, that's not even me. That's not my pen. If you know how I am and how I write music, I don't get down like that. I didn't even do anything like that. The second one, yeah. The first one, no, that's all Benzino all the way. So it's a shame that he has to, but this is what happens when you insert yourself in some things like this, being a ghostwriter. When it's public, this is what comes with the territory. But if once it get out, here you go. Now, if it's supposed to be quiet, it stays quiet like it's supposed to. He would never be having to answer questions because it was supposed to be out the first place. That's the point of being a ghost writer. Nobody can see you. Nobody know who you are. Now, some would say, well, he should have signed an NDA and anything like that. It could have been an NDA, maybe not, maybe cash on hand, maybe just a handshake agreement like, hey, you know what, we're going to do this. Here's the money. Cool. I write it. Bet. Okay. Done deal. It could have been no contract. You never know. So if there was a contract based on this whole ghostwriting thing and then it getting leaked, can there be a lawsuit? Will it even go that far? Is it that serious? That's up between the parties involved and who's going to be the people involved in it. So between Benzino, NESS, the people in there, whatever, would be a breach of contract, things like that. Even if there was an NDA or any type of written agreement of, yo, I ain't gonna say nothing. But since the cat's out of the bag, somebody leaked the footage and they figured out it was NESS, does that even break the contract or the agreement that they had on paper or any kind of writing or even verbal? Because you gotta remember, verbal is just as good as holding up in court as well, especially if there was witnesses. So, like Ness is saying, like, it wasn't supposed to be out in the first place.
It's like I have to tell them that I had nothing to do with that. Nothing. And it sounds crazy after the fact, especially, you know, from some shit that's supposed to be, you know, as quiet as I was trying to keep it.
Right.
Like, listen to that shit. That shit not good. That shit's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I physically damn near can't. Going on, brother? Yes, sir. Damn, let me tuck my shit away, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You feel me?
I mean, I physically cannot write that basic. You know
Yeah.
It would hurt me.
Nah, facts though.
And most of all, I would never say no shit like that about proof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't spend the block for proof. I would never say no shit like that.
Yeah. So how you feel about that being said? Like, and it not and your name even being attached to it though. Like, do you feel a way with? Do you feel a way? Do you feel a way about Benzino for saying that? Is what I'm trying to say.
So, all right. So I look at it like this: all is fair and level, right?
Yeah.
If this man is in war with this dude, you know, like it's on him what he wants to say and what he doesn't want to say.
Okay.
I can't dictate.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I can, but you know, in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
I can't dictate what he has to say that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I spoke to that man in the beginning, he says, I asked him where his mind is on the whole situation.
Mm.
He says, I don't have any he says, I don't have any malintent. He says, I don't want to fight the nigga. Ain't no street shit involved. Everybody know that man a hothead.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's when I decided to get involved, when I made sure that it wasn't going to be no dumb shit. Because I love a lot of people from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And,
Did he say thank you, man? Did he say thank you for helping me? Yeah, man, he did.
Come on, man. Like, that shit was monumental. We shook the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We shook the culture.
All right, so last question regarding that. This is the last question, Craig, because I know we all about to go into this fire event. I think we're missing the battle right now. But now Benzino's kind of getting cocky, saying he want to battle him and this, that, and the other. All the questions are saying, bro, if you got a ghostwriter, you kind of can't talk like that. What do you think about that?
I can't really speak on that. Me and Benzino haven't really spoken in a couple months, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, I guess no comment. You know?
Okay, I ain't mad at that. You know what I mean? You about to say something? Okay, maybe I'm hearing things, man. Hey, listen, congratulations, super dope, man. That was a dope moment for hip hop still. Something to talk about, something positive to talk about, because it's all beats and rhymes, man. You know what I mean? No violence, none of that. You know what I mean? That's important to say, man. But sign me out, bro, please. Salute. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so now you get it from Nestle's mouth himself that he said he wrote for it. He didn't say he wrote part of it. So technically, he didn't say he wrote all of it, most of it, but he did write some of it. We know he wrote some of it. Now, like you said, he didn't speak to BENZINO for a couple months now since that happened. It's been 2 months, probably a little bit more, because you got to get the writing done, all that stuff, and get it out. So we'll say about, what, 2.5 months. The thing about it, now, like you said, we're going to keep it. It's supposed to be on wax, no street stuff involved. That's what BENZINO said. How much did Nestle get paid and all that? That's between them and all that. Y'all can argue about that in comment sections and across the rap world or whatever. But now, let's go to the guy who sat there and said he knew who it was. Our very own Jay Black. Jay, what you got to say?
There is no, oh, he may be right. There is no percent.
Now, mind you, the reason why I bring Jay Black up in this one is because Jay Black, when he saw the video, he deduced just from the hat that who it was. So we're going to play a little bit of that and let you get a feel of what he's talking about, of how he feels about the Nestle and how he figured it out his own self. So let's hear from Jay.
Percentages of, I don't know, it still could be this person. No, the ghostwriter has revealed himself. The writer for Rap Elvis has revealed himself officially. He's out. He did an interview. And shout out to D.I. the Henny Man, Battle Rap Trap News Daily. I want you to watch the entire video on his channel. I'll put the description and I'll put the link in the description.
Which is the video we just saw. So he's shouting out, shout out to Jay Black for him getting it and putting it up there too. So he called for reactors to react to this. He's reacting himself, but Jay Black is deep. If you don't know who Jay Black is, he does and recaps and do commentary a lot of battle raps. Jay Black's a real one. I've been following Jay Black for some years now. So check out Jay Black's channel. Jay Black is funny. That's a funny dude. But check out Jay Black. Salute to him. Jay Black, here you go.
Below, I got you. I'm only gonna play a minute to get my point. I'm only gonna play a minute to get my point across. A minute. 1 minute. Everybody said it gotta be Cassidy. It gotta be this person. It gotta be that person. I'm saying, yo, based on the interview that he did, it's Nestle. She did this person, I'm like, it's Nestle. We're gonna play that footage, by the way, and you gotta watch it. This is what happens. You know, this is what happens when, you know, when a person is right, but y'all told me he's wrong. All right, but without further, let's play this clip. Just a minute. Again, I want you to watch the entire. It's a 10-minute video on D.I. the Henny Man's channel. Please give him some love. Hit the like button, get to his channel. But here we go. This is him admitting that he goes for the track. And it says, BENZINO's ghostwriter breaks silence on Eminem diss. I told you he would want credit. You don't bomb on Eminem like that and nobody says nothing. Play.
Rap culture. But how did you end up writing this disc for BENZINO?
I mean, I'm that guy, man.
Yeah.
If you want pen, you come to me. You know, that pretty much is what it is.
Okay.
If you want to win around against somebody like Eminem, or you want to get close, or whatever the case may be, you know when you come to.
Yeah.
There you have it, right? I'm gonna play some more, but there you have it. Like what it. Reactors react to this. Reactors react to this. And then
now this is what we're doing, like he's saying. Jay Black is saying like he want clarification. Reactors react to this. Here's the scoop, here's the clarification. Now we're gonna go to the part when Jay Black very first called it, because he's gonna play that too. Where is it at? Jay Black called it. We're gonna go up a little bit. Right about here.
Figured it out.
This won't get 1 million views. I don't care if it does. I don't want to. That's not releasing information. I think you should shout out Nestle.
Wow.
In some way, some capacity. Nestle is your ghostwriter.
Damn.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna do you one better, because you know what I'm saying, because you're not giving him any promo.
Wow.
I actually rock with Nestle. I've seen him in person multiple times.
That's a fact.
And he's a good dude, and he raps really well. So what's I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna play a piece of Nestle's track so you know who it is.
This video did
And
about
so 1 second, this is
20,000
live,
views
by the
because
way.
nobody believed it.
Like, I'm not editing nothing. I ain't edited shit.
Wowzers.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Nestle versus, let's see, so y'all can know who it is, so you can put a face behind.
So mind you, this was 2 months ago. 2 months ago when Jay Black called this out, when he first saw the clip and he realized who it was, and he was able to pick that up instantly. Remember, Jay Black is in the battle rap world. He knows these dudes.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. Give me
And
a
let's
second.
see if the faces
Matter of fact,
that I
let's
play right
do
now matches
Nestle
the interview.
versus Soul.
Let's see if it matches.
Right here,
Let's see if it matches.
so you can know who I'm talking about.
Let's see if it matches.
Okay, don't strike me.
You putting this pussy on a pedestal.
Let's see if it
Said
matches.
you
Hold
get
up.
screwed if I shoot. Sex pistol.
Pause the
You
video.
better have arms coming out of.
Hold on.
Yep, vision.
Hold up. You see him right there? Huh? Let's see if it matches the interview. Let's see if it matches the interview. Let's see if it matches. Oh my God, it matches the interview. It matches the interview. Wow, same person. Same person.
Jay Black called it. He called it.
But I thought, like, no, you just popped up. I didn't just pop up nothing. You gotta be, no, you don't gotta be cash. I told you who it was. Let's go back to the first time I told you who it was, and sit here and watch the whole thing. No, man, before we go back to that, here's the crazy part. Did another video, 19,000 views. Nobody cares. Nobody, you can't believe me. I get it. But they played a clip of him in the studio, and I broke down to you who exactly.
Now this is the studio session. When they was in the studio, then Jay Black noticed it then as well. When they was all in the studio, he recognized the hat.
Who was in the studio. Let's play it.
If you want to see it in full, but right here.
Later.
When they put the light on, they shut it off because she's over there. I'm not with none of that junk. I got the junk.
Let me pause it right here. That's when I told you Nestle was in the chair. This is when I told you Nestle was in the chair. Huh? Then
Now mind you, this is the video that got leaked to Cliff Beats. This is the video that got leaked to Cliff Beats, who Nestle is mad about, because whoever shot that video and got it to Cliff Beats, it was not even supposed to leave the studio. This is how stuff gets leaked, and notice how nobody is paying attention. And if they were, they didn't care, because they probably didn't think the video was going to get leaked out in the first place. So now that it's leaked out, all this happened, Nestle finds himself explaining himself. Jay Black called it, minute he saw who was sitting in the chair, he didn't have to see it. He knew right when he seen it.
so let me get this right. I come over here.
But remember, like I said, Cliff Beats also got people in the industry that knows him too. So Jay Black isn't the only person who knew who that was in the studio, and Cliff Beats knew who shot the footage because it got to him, because Cliff Beats is attached to the industry by people he know, because Cliff Beats works in the industry as well. So that's what this whole fuss is about when Nestle said, F that person who sat there and got this out. So it wasn't supposed to be out.
Over here on this channel. And I'm like, yo, this is a battle rap situation. I'm just trying to let y'all know what's going on. Because I'm not on this side a lot, I don't believe it. I told you who's in the chat. I told you who's in the red hat. I can damn near name everybody in that room. I'm deciphering shit for y'all.
See, he knew everybody in the room.
Y'all Eminem fans? Y'all didn't want this information? This detailed information? Continue.
Let's bring that back.
Shoot to you, I don't need to bring it back. The person in the chair is Nestle.
I'm done.
Here, man.
I'm done. And shout out, and here's the crazy part. The person in the chair is Nestle, and the guy with the red hat or orange hat, y'all said was Cassie. It wasn't. It's direct.
Was not Cassidy, because remember, Cassidy already left the studio. Benzino and all them and Cassidy even said Cassidy left the studio. So it was never Cassidy. Everybody swore up and down as Cassidy. Shoot, I know Cassidy's cadence. That wasn't Cassidy's cadence. It's similar to Nestle, but it wasn't Cassidy. So people saying, well, Cassidy helped, Cassidy wrote it, and everybody was flaming Cassidy. So all y'all owe Cassidy a huge explanation, blowing up Cassidy's email, phone, text message, and everything else. Cassidy even went on someone else's podcast and told him when that person called and asked him, Cassidy said, no, man, it wasn't me. Not me. And everybody laughed. Oh, of course he'll say that. He probably got the India. It wasn't him. Now, there's another person who sat there and think BENZINO just had help with a bunch of people. So it could have been, well, you know, Screwface John says, hey, technicality, a few people throw lines here and there. They both help. They all help all the people that was willing, because BENZINO said, hey, you know, they throw me a couple lines, blah, 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 blah. All right, this is at 7:59. So let's go to that 1 minute clip right here.
Off of each other. I don't go in the studio by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've done that. But for this, you know what I'm saying, I gotta bring my niggas with me and motivation and bounce shit off of each other and whatnot. Because number one, I've always been in groups. And I've always been in studio sessions where it was a gang of niggas. So when it's time to write a verse, there's always somebody there to get a line. There's always someone there to get a, you know what I'm saying, a verse. So, you know what I mean? That's what's dope about hip hop. Right? And then people went out and said, oh, this is ghostwriting. And I noticed how the narrative has switched.
So basically what Screwface is saying is that, well, Eminem and them, they get lines from D12. And they all bounce lines off each other. BENZINO, his boys bounce lines off each other. That's not ghostwriting. Ghostwriting, take it how you want it. Now, here's the things for people who don't realize that, yes, Eminem did get lines, like he said right here. So what that is basically is, yes, an MC would be in the studio. You're writing something and you're saying you might be reciting your rhymes to whoever's with you. Man, yada yada da 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 da. How you think that sound? They're gonna say, nah, man, you might need to add this or switch this up and say this and blah blah blah. Okay, that's not ghostwriting. Here's the thing where people don't understand about bouncing ideas from each other. No, that's not ghostwriting at all. That's bouncing ideas of each other. BENZINO talking about we're getting lines and verses and stuff off each other. That could be ghostwriting. That's something totally different. Eminem, D12 and all them, you know, they might play a beat, somebody want to jump in the track. Boom, I'm gonna do something. Eminem and them sitting there bouncing ideas from each other. Yeah, they're just getting ideas or rearranging a rhyme structure and things like that. They do that for each other. A lot of rappers do that. That's standard procedure. Shoot, people do that before they even get to the studio. They'll rap something to their friends or whatever. Hey man, how you think that sound? What if you change this with this? Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds harder. You know, things like that. When I rapped, when I did music, I did that. I'll write my music and I'll bounce some ideas off my cousins with it. Hey man, what do you think about that? They be like, nah man, change it to this. Because I'm gonna say this, and if you say that, that'll go perfectly with what I'm saying. So when you end this, I'm gonna jump in with this. That's a song structure. That's basically what they're doing, is structuring out the song. It's not all ghostwriting. Now, what Screwface says is this.
If you do not have proof, now, I will say this, if proof comes out that BENZINO ghostwrote, if Cassidy comes out and shows that evidence, if somebody comes out and said that there was ghostwriting to this, then I'll fully believe, right?
I just played the proof. All right, now it's NESS. Now you need to believe NESS, not Cassie, not anybody else. Now you want to sit here and cape for BENZINO that hard because you was kind of leaning towards, oh, it was okay for BENZINO to do what he did, when really, no, it's not. It's a battle. You versus that person, and you're not supposed to really have help at all. It's your pen versus that person's pen. Not getting help, because then it basically makes it 20 verse 1 or 8 verse 1. Eminem versus you and the ghostwriters. You see what I'm saying? It's getting really, really crowded in that room when it's all them versus him.
Then I'll go with the narrative. But saying somebody
is not winning a rap battle because they have ghostwriters, but never actually proving they have ghostwriters is like stripping a UFC fighter of their title because you think they were on steroids, but never actually having to prove it.
Thing about it is we have the proof. That's the whole problem. We have the proof. Now, the next thing we'll say is this. What are your thoughts on ghostwriting? Here's the thing that I will say about ghostwriting. If you're ever going to sit and think, okay, I'm gonna have a ghostwriter. The difference between ghostwriting and songwriting is totally different. A ghostwriter, yes, can deliver a couple of lines. You're not supposed to know who they are because, yes, they have ghostwriters. They may give you a couple lines. They may give you a verse. They may write the verse. But they're giving it to you because they cannot perform that verse. So therefore, they're giving it to you because you may have the voice, the inflections, the being animated and all that, and they could say it the way you could say it the way they envision it. So when they write it and do all that stuff, then that means that person can give it off to the artist, and the artist can go ahead and rap it the way that person has written it out and says you're perfect for it. A songwriter gets credited on a song or an album. A songwriter is the person who wrote the full song. I wrote this song, bam. Now there's many of songwriters out there. Your favorite rappers may have ghostwriters. Now, well, R&B singers and all that, they label songwriters. Now they have ghostwriters. No, R&B people have songwriters. They may be trash at writing a song, but they're great at singing it if someone else wrote it. The person who wrote it may be trash at singing it, but they can write it. Those are songwriters. A ghostwriter can give you so many lines and verses and all that. Now they give you the whole song, they're a songwriter, and they typically, supposedly, get credited on the album, and therefore you know who wrote it. Song performed by blah blah blah. Song written by such and such and such. That's how that go. Now, if you have a ghostwriter, the name ain't on the credits because you're not supposed to know who they are because you don't know what part of that song or whatever that they wrote. It's just like a producer. Well, producer can make beats, but they might be a certain sound they're looking for, so they call in another producer, and that producer can produce that sound that original producer couldn't do. Even producers have ghost beat makers. So even they do it. Think of Beats by the Pound or the Neptunes. Think of them producers that are in groups. They're all putting beats, so you can't say this beat is made by such and such. But if they have help with it, it's not going to be credited. Now, if the whole group is credited with it, then they all came up with it together. But if it's a solo producer and they get help, that's a ghost beat maker. So, you see the difference? Songwriter writes the whole thing, gets credited. Ghostwriters give you some of it, doesn't get credited, they get paid on the back end, get residuals and all that. Sometimes and sometimes not, signs an NDA. That's the difference. In a battle, you should not have a ghostwriter. You shouldn't have one. Or if you did, it better not get leaked. It better not come out where nobody would know who that ghostwriter was to help you in the battle. Look at what's going on with Drake versus Kendrick. That whole thing, Drake got ghostwriters. Drake had help. Drake just used AI. Drake used AI to go at Kendrick. And now you see the trouble Drake getting into with the Tupac estate for using his voice and AI and all that. Snoop don't care. He's death row. If you notice in the video with Snoop, when they asked Snoop, and Snoop was like, they said what? They said who? They said this. And he showed his death row on his jacket. He knows what's going on. That's basically him saying, I'm the president of death row. I know everything that's going on. He didn't have to say it. Then what did he say? I'm going back to bed. He already knew. He ain't tripping. But if you look at how Drake used the AI, he used it to go at Kendrick, mimicking of what they would say against Kendrick, because that's Kendrick's idols and things like that. So he used his idols against him in a mocking way. Then Drake rapped on the end, if he wrote it at all, quote unquote, because of ghostwriters. That's the thing about it. Now, if you think about it, now who won the battle? To me, I still say Eminem won the battle because he came with it as always. Now, the beat, the song selection that Benzino used, well, that's totally different than what you would typically hear from Benzino. Compared to the first song to the second song, you mean tell me Benzino learned to do multi-syllables, internal rhyme schemes, and all that, metaphors and similes to go at Eminem without help? When now it's confirmed he had help. So no, you lost. You automatically lost. It's a DQ. Eminem won. Now Benzino wants to challenge Eminem to a battle. But the thing about it is, Benzino ain't winning that. Benzino ain't winning no battle against Eminem. He crazy for even thinking that. First he says, oh, he's a great rapper, he's talented, I just want to rap, I want to battle. Don't that sound familiar? It sound like what the game did. The game put out that week this versus Eminem. Now, no matter whose side you take, Eminem or Benzino, you have what happened now. Benzino actually had help. The person who helped Benzino has now admitted today, or it could have been yesterday, whenever it's uploaded, that he had help against Eminem. Eminem won this battle. It is a clear, decisive victory. Now, the thing about it, Eminem could come back with something on this new album that's coming out this summer. Eminem could actually be coming out with something vicious. Like, I'm just going better than nail in the coffin. If he still got that viciousness in him, he's going to come out with something. Now, here's the thing. That leads us to this. Will Eminem respond? I think Eminem will respond. Would he dedicate a whole song to Benzino? Who knows? He did Doomsday 2, Nail in the Coffin. He took out Benzino on other songs. But he may give Benzino a whole nother song and bury him once and for all. And just end it. Because like Benzino said, when Nail in the Coffin dropped, it hurt him. It crushed him. Now he believes this song he had help with, and he admitted he had some people in the studio with him helping him, can beat Eminem. And I don't think even still, Eminem's about to take on the whole team probably again. But in the end, Eminem is writing, from what we know, Eminem is writing his own music, and he will crush Benzino once again, whether it be maybe a verse, maybe a whole song. You just have to see how it goes. Now when it goes and it gets down, we'll see. We'll see when the album drops if Eminem will respond. So that's the news for today, and that's what I got from Face Famous Blazing Mics. You know, the new newscast now that the new format is in. We're gonna have battles. We got the newscast. We got the graphics and all that. So now we're coming out. If I'm not breaking down music, I'm putting out the news and commentary and things like that. If you like what it is, hey, trust me, there will be more. So with that being said, it's your boy LaCane, and we're Face Famous. You see it. We out.